Peace. Today is Friday, the 17th, making today's math.
Knowledge, God, all being born to build and destroy.
That's right. The knowledge of God allows you to build and destroy on all things in your universe. Peace. All right, peace. Welcome back to the Anatomy and Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Back with more conversation. I got my resident researcher Rage up in the house. My sound man extraordinaire Alex in the place to be. And my man Harold behind the motherfucking cameras and on the editing shit. That's how we do, you know what I'm saying? Digga.
What up, though?
What's good out here?
Ain't nothing, man. It's hot than a motherfucker these days.
Ain't it?
I don't even be knowing what to do. I'm like, I don't be knowing what to wear. I don't be knowing what to do with my hair. I don't be knowing.
Yo. That's why I had to go wife beater this week because first of all, I wasn't sure if the AC was going to be back on in here.
Right.
But it is. Thank you to the management because it was hot as some wolf pussy up in this motherfucker. Yeah.
My aunt used that term when I was 12 years old, and it has scarred me for life.
Hey, wolf pussy, from what I understand, is hot.
It has scarred me for life.
Just like Cola's polar bear pussy or some shit. You see what I'm saying? There's different,
different connotations.
Different contrasts on the spectrum.
I just want to know who in here knows what wolf pussy looks
That's what I was thinking.
and smells like.
Who's the first dude, like, or girl?
That got some wolf pussy? Well, I bet you they was white.
Who's the guy? I hate this guy.
I'm just saying, like, niggas don't do shit like that.
Okay, no. Who's the guy? Who's the guy that got some pussy? I was about to say wolf and pussy at the same time.
Your pussy just is a little bit small, you know what I'm saying? Just pew.
Pussy.
Some woosy.
Pussy.
You got some woosy.
Who got some pussy and decided that it emulated a wolf? That's what I want to know. I want to know that guy.
Or just knew the different temperatures. like he got into
like
a woman and said, "Woo, this is hot as wolf pussy."
Like what's the okay?
But how did you know the temperature?
What's the difference between wolf pussy and bison pussy?
Why am I looking this up is the question.
Somebody's going to be like 32 degrees.
Elk pussy.
I'd say about 32 degrees.
What's going on with venison? What is the temperature of venison pussy? Can you elaborate? All y'all researchers out there.
So, do me a favor. Pull up this.
Shit.
There was a Eric Benet had said some shit about hip hop and all of that. Yeah, what the fuck did he say? Rap artists. If all you rap about is killing black people, degrading black women, abusing drugs, materialization, living a low life, you are not an artist. You are a black face for white supremacy, which I call white insanity. You are being used to help destroy your own people. You are being used to destroy your own people. So Fat Joe responded, yes. What do we feel about this? Because
I have immense respect for Fat Joe. I disagree with that. I don't think music is music. I think music is a big part of molding minds, and words have big power and big influence over people's minds.
Absolutely.
And I think if you're hearing something often enough, words become things. Like, they manifest themselves into situations. And I don't think it's coincidence that, the scholastic level of society as a whole is decreasing along with the content and context of music nowadays. Like, I think all of that is very parallel. I think the short attention spans of of the youngins nowadays are reflecting in the music that they make.
Well, here's one of the things, Fat Joe, he said, really? An industry that's created tens of thousands of black millionaires and billionaires and helped lift communities out of poverty while creating a global industry and following that transcends culture, color, and situations you call being an agent of white supremacy? Is that what he said? Wrong. What, DJ? I don't know what the hell that says. I'm curious as to who exactly he has in mind saying this. Nas, Rick Ross, Meek Mill, Jay-Z, Drake,
Fat
who?
Joe's words?
Very, very vague, probably for a reason. Now Fat Joe is chiming in. This is his opinion. I view music as entertainment, man. You have different rappers for different messages, he told TMZ. You're going...
Wait, who said the first part?
You're going to live your life behind a rap song. You're a fool. You're the fool. Yeah, who said that first part?
This DJ wrote that part.
Oh, okay, because that DJ was totally off with that.
Yeah.
The rap industry has not created tens of thousands of millionaires and black billionaires. It has lifted no communities out of poverty. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, name me one community that hip hop has lifted out of poverty, like the whole community.
That's that get in the bag mentality. That's that you're great based on your record sales mentality. I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Like even when I think the Master P or somebody buy a whole projects or some shit like that. Like, do you think that lifted the community out of poverty? No, that just made Master P own the projects. Like, it's still poor motherfuckers that live there doing the same shit they doing. You know what I mean? Trying to get by, like.
Well, I guess they're trying to say taking people out of the hood and giving them.
Listen, those are anecdotal stories of individuals. This person had said lifted whole things out of poverty. I'm just glad Fat Joe didn't say that. Okay. So,
right.
But when he said what he say? Music is music or some shit like that.
I'm about to say Chicago just had 15 motherfuckers get killed last weekend. They ain't lifted out of shit.
The main part of the TMZ is called the shit Joe said.
Yeah, that's his opinion. I view music as entertainment. I mean, see, music isn't just entertainment. You know, music is...
Hip hop is not just entertainment.
Hip hop is not just entertainment. And music is a form of therapy. It's a form of
expression.
Words have power,
right.
Not just on the mind, but on the body as well. Like, we don't understand that this shit actually, like, can either do positive things to your cells or negative things to your cells, depending on what you're listening to, because music is vibrations, and we all are made up of vibrations. So you have to be careful of the vibrations you invite into your vibration.
Like, it's not a coincidence that teen suicide is up, as all of these suicide kill yourself anthems are
right.
You know, becoming more and more popular.
Suicide, if you ever gonna let it go. I'm sad and low. Like, come on, like.
And if you're sad already and you're taking some drug and you're under the influence and you listen to some shit like that, like, yeah.
You just might fucking jump out a window or cut your fucking wrist or do some fucking dumb shit. First of all, the stuff that I like, I'm in agreement with a lot of shit that Eric Benet said it. Now, why is he saying it? I don't know. You see what I'm saying? We can debate about that all
Maybe
day.
It was a conversation already being had, and it's what I know, with all interviews, they'll take a piece of something you said and turn that into another headline. So it might seem out of the blue, but maybe he was just giving an interview in general and was just asked, how do you feel about the state of music today?
I mean, and I don't disagree, with that. Like, a lot of people just act like, just let things be. Like it's just music, or it's just, clothing, or it's just, it's not just nothing. Like everything has an impact. Everything has a ramification behind it. And a lot of times we act like things are so benign or things are so haphazard in life. Like, oh, well, it just happened like that. Like, he just happened to be that. Nah, there's a reason behind all of this shit. And we have to start looking at this type of shit. Like,
I agree.
Why are people rhyming about, why are we being entertained by shit that is not good for us? You know what I mean? Like, why is that entertaining to us?
I think it depends on the mood you're in. Like, you may possibly, like, say you're leaving work, you're pissed off with a boss or a coworker, and you hear some "fuck you" music, and it gives you a woosah in that moment. Or you're happy and you listen in the club music. Like, I think it just depends on the mood that you're in, because I don't want to, at the same time, I don't want to ostracize the rappers that do necessarily talk that shit, because there are a lot. I mean, I'm guilty. There are a lot of rappers I like that talk that shit. I talk that shit sometimes. I don't want to put them in they're just bad for the they're just bad for the community pile. I'm going to say a lot of it is also a reflection of what we're dealing with. Like, to other people, it may sound like, oh, it's perpetuating violence and things like that. But hey, this is what we're dealing with within our confinement. So sometimes just letting it out and on record is, as you say, is therapeutic. It also, other people can relate. It's not so much that we're necessarily entertained by it, but we can relate to it. Like, I can relate to other rappers talking about pissy project hallway stairs and things of that nature. Like, that shit we can relate to. Are we necessarily entertained by it or, take pride in it? Not necessarily, but we can relate.
Right. Well, see, what I've always said is, like, you can only speak on what you know. Like if you don't have the knowledge of some shit, how can you speak on it? Like, sometimes you looking for a positive message from a motherfucker that don't know nothing but negative.
Right.
So how can you get a positive message from this person? You see what I'm saying? Like, the ones that should be teaching are the ones that are qualified to teach. We're not all qualified to teach. Now, some of these people are only qualified to speak on the reality that they see in their everyday life. You understand what I'm saying? I think it's more of the powers that be that push more of that narrative up to the forefront.
If I may.
Then...
And that's because I think there's always been that yin and yang in hip hop. There's always been the positive. There's always been the gutta. And we had a nice balance of it. Once upon a time, there was that balance.
And somewhere it got super imbalanced. What do you want to say, Ray?
Yeah, I wanted to comment, like, we can't separate that dynamic between the narrator, which a lot of time what the rapper serves as, sort of just narrating his environment, versus the people with the pick and choose power as to what gets heard.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, the broadcasters got to take responsibility because they create like an echo chamber. Right. In the sense of, like, people who might have started narrating now, like, well, this is what they playing. This will get you lit. Well, I got to talk about that more. Then that kind of turns the dynamic, starts feeding itself.
And when you talk about that, see, and that is where I take issue with the program directors. Like, I'm never taking issue with the artist. Okay, this motherfucker ignorant. That motherfucker ignorant. Hey, newsflash, we surrounded by ignorance.
Right.
At the end of the day, when it's motherfuckers our age that are trying to tell me that this ignorance is lit, and those would be the first motherfuckers that will call us washed up and old heads hating, and why y'all hating on the new generation? It be motherfuckers our age saying that shit. Like, those are the people that I take issue with. I don't have issue with a Chief Keef.
It's a chop.
I don't have an issue with a young thug.
Pew, pew, pew.
Right.
I have an issue with the motherfucker that will say, oh, you know, this is where it's at. This is where it's at. Get your old brand Nubian old head ass out of here.
Well, fuck you.
Like, those are the motherfuckers that I have an issue with, because 9 times out of 10, those people are from our generation and they know better, and they trying to hold on to their job that they done had for 10, 15, 20 years or whatever, and they holding on by a thread, and they know better. They know what music was then versus what it is now,
Right.
and they're the ones steering that fucking out with the old, in with the new narrative.
And that's some old divide and conquer bullshit anyway. Like, you know what I mean? They're trying to create this real shit. That could be a show in itself too. Just this whole, you know, generational gap that I feel in hip hop didn't really exist
Right.
for a long time. Like hip hop for a while was the one unifying music for everyone. Like, it was bringing white people
Right.
and black people, older, younger.
Music really is the universal language of love.
But no, not. But hip hop is the one music. Like, think about this now.
That didn't
Hip hop
have
is the one music that not just brought all kind of people together, but it can also bring all type of musics together. Like, hip hop is the one music where you can have a beat that's like a classical beat, or you can sample
Rock
a
and
country
roll it.
beat, rock and roll. You could take literally any other music and infuse it into hip hop. You cannot do that to all musics and have it still sound good. Okay? And there was a time where records that I liked was the same records that my son liked. But somewhere, not too long ago, very recently, they started making some sort of divergence where people from our era don't want to fuck with it now because they're fucking it up. Like, you see,
well,
and they're
that's-
trying to create this, oh, well, you're just old and you don't like it because you're old.
I'm telling you, that is media and radio personalities doing that, because there's always been a, you know, the old head music, the young head music, like that has even always been the case. But what started happening over time was the media, the radio personalities, they started diminishing our capacity. You know where I saw the biggest example of that was the whole Little Kim, Nicki Minaj thing. Like, to me, that was like the biggest example of what I'm talking about. Like, at some point, everybody just started saying, oh, you know, oh, why should, you know, I don't know if it was just because everybody was enamored with the booty or whatever the case may be. But to me, like, in that instance is where I really saw, like, wow. So at what point does having time in become a negative?
Right.
Like, to me, like, that's really when I started seeing that. Well, on the girl front, you know, as far as the male front, I guess maybe once the sound started shifting, like once it started moving down south, you know, I felt like a lot of the New Yorkers felt like, well, wait, that's not real hip hop, that's just noise. So I think that's where it happened on the male front. And then as far as the female front, because there really wasn't too much female activity going on prior to Nicki. So I feel like when that happened, like, that's when I really saw it on the female front. And then it was just like, fuck the OGs altogether. Like, we just old, bitter, trying to get
Right.
back in the game,
Right.
washed up. Like, that's
Y'all mad because y'all ain't making the kind of money that these kids is making now and all this other shit.
And now the kids and then the kids started echoing that. But then you know what's happening now? Now they're in these fucking deals and they're getting all fucked out. You know, they're getting in these, landing in these fuck shit
And you got
situations.
niggas like Rich the Kid
And-
screaming,
and-
fuck Leon Cohen.
Right.
Don't sign with 300. They the worst.
But look, you're right. Like, all y'all had to do was listen to the OGs and shit. Now they want to cry, oh, y'all dropped the ball. Y'all didn't teach us anything. Like, motherfucker, we was trying to tell y'all
Well,
shit.
see, that's part of it too, though. It's like they're trying to disconnect them from the wisdom that comes with having knowledge. You see?
And
they don't
time
want
in.
us to give it to the understanding to that new generation. You see? Because they want them to be butt naked, in the cold, defenseless, and so they can go in and be the bloodsuckers of these fucking young, hungry motherfuckers who, you know what I mean? Just want to get to the bag, you know?
Right.
So
So the moral of the story, new artists, listen to us. Listen to us.
like, we not hating on you. Our disagreement doesn't mean that we hate you.
No, we want to go to sleep we want to retire comfortably and know that the next generation got it. Like,
We want to
damn.
see y'all do certain things the right way. And whether you like it or not, there is a right and wrong way to do certain shit. Like, we can't just act like everything's haphazard and, oh, well, who's to say what's right and wrong? Like, shut the fuck up with all this fucking liberal bullshit. Like, who's to say what's right and wrong? The
That's
motherfuckers with the knowledge are the ones
That's
to
how
say
I feel
that.
about people telling me, oh, it's pop, there's a music, the pop, hip hop, what's the difference? Somebody said to me on Twitter, oh, you still on your annoying hip hop is, pop ain't hip hop bullshit. I'm like, I'm always on that. I'm never getting off of that. Please believe it.
Listen, and that's why we on the hashtag lyrics matter. Matter of fact, go get your lyrics matter shit.
Hey!
Okay? Go get your motherfucking all being born to born shirts. Okay, that we just released.
See, you got the real mathematics. You got it. I need the
See, we
spoof.
can't
I
we
need the
can't
spoof
play
shirt.
around
We
too
can't
much
play
with
with
the,
it.
yeah, with
I
the
need
math.
I need a gotta be born to born.
Now
shirt.
you're gonna have gods coming up to you like, you see what I'm saying? I'm trying
playing
to
with the
protect
math, sis.
trying to protect you, sis.
I can't have a
trying to
hashtag
put-
gotta be born to born shirt.
Just hashtag all being born. It's that's what you're saying. All being born to born.
I like gotta be born to born. I like gotta be born. To
Gotta be born.
Gotta be born to born.
We might make you a special gotta be born to born joint. But yeah, man, it's just, you know.
Got born to born. Like,
Yeah,
no,
right, like got milk, got born to born.
Like, no,
Hey.
goddamn it, you're taking it too far.
Yo. Well, listen, man, we've come to the end. Hang on, please, y'all. Study the God Box, David Banner. Oh my God, it's like the current Bible playbook on how to address and view this ish. Thank you, Freddie Sharkey. Oh, come on, David Banner's that dude. Fun fact: if you say you let Jew break up my crew 3 times, Lear Cohen shuts down your YouTube live stream.
Shut up. You stupid. You stupid.
That's like the
Candyman and shit.
He's
Leon
the Candyman
Candyman.
of the motherfucking YouTube and shit. Oh man. Well, listen.
Guess what?
What's that?
You ain't cut me off this week. Are
I mean-
we working towards a kinder, gentler, a kinder, gentler Lord Jamar?
No, we're not. First of all, I'm just passionate, like, you know what I mean?
I
and
know.
when my voice raises or if I'm talking over, it's never out of disrespect or
I know.
anger. Like
I don't pay you no mind.
yeah, it's all
Sips tea.
it's all in love and yeah, and just, you know, that this is just how I've been learned to build. You know what I mean? Like I've been in with some heated motherfuckers where this is how you have to talk sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? Or you will never be heard. So
I don't take it.
Take it for what
personal.
it is.
Everybody's so scared I'm gonna run away.
yeah, and I'm like, knock it
I ain't
off.
scared of
Like,
him.
just thank you. Like, she's built for, trust me, you are my perfect partner for this. Like, no one, like, yeah. And so, y'all
I'm
chill.
never submitting. I'm just letting you be strong and wrong.
You know, I'm gonna let you eat that
Hashtag
one
strong
right
and
there.
wrong.
Marcus Fields for $2 said, when you gonna kick that flat earth shit? You know
Oh,
what?
shit.
He's the first one time that I even said those words out loud on here. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, since y'all want to talk about research and all this type of shit, right? I want y'all, because we're gonna do an episode, not so much on flat earth, because really the burden of proof is on y'all. I want y'all to really research.
Wait, the burden of proof is
Oh
on
yeah,
us to prove that
To
the Earth
prove
is
that-
round.
Yes, it is.
We've been round, bitch. We've been down, bitch. No,
Okay.
you gotta prove it's flat.
Listen, I'm gonna show you certain things. But yeah, the burden of proof really is because you're gonna find out that you really don't know as much as you think you know about gravity, space, Earth, all of this type of shit. We're going to get to this episode. I've been in contact with my man. Shout out to Brother Sanchez. Ooh, Brother Sanchez is going to be on the You're Not a Mean Godcast. We have secured him. Yes, we have. So you motherfuckers get ready for this episode. I'm not sure exactly when. I'm going to say with maybe the next 3 weeks, we might get that one in. Okay, so all I'm saying is do your research now. Learn about corpuscular rays, which come from the sun, and how to trace them back to their source.
Shouts out Leland Melvin, aka Astronaut
we
Bay.
gonna get his ass on here.
He coming. He can't
and,
wait.
Oh, and he's gonna get a new asshole chewed. I hope he's ready to shit from maybe his elbow, because that's where his fucking asshole's gonna be after we chew him a new one.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
But anyway, listen, once again, another great week of conversation.
Brother Numsi.
Yes, Sister Numsi. For the You're Not a Mean Godcast, I am Lord Jamar.
And I'm Digga Digga.
Peace. Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. 2 fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian peace gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today.